Please welcome our first guest, Mr. Gordon Gigi Gebert. Yay! Yeah, we're gonna share the mic. So hello, how you doing? Welcome to Finland. So it was like about 10 years ago you last were here, right?
Yep. And I saw you play with Lordi in the United States.
That is correct.
With our good friend Rick Skolving. And I had a blast seeing you played with Ozzy. Connecticut?
Yeah, it was somewhere in Ozfest, yeah.
The States, and you're a good buddy. Love you. Good to see you again.
Good to see you. So, what you been up lately?
Playing pickleball. You don't know what the hell that is. But, I'm actually retired right now because I have tinnitus in the ears, and it's ringing. And my last show was like 7 years ago in Mexico. I miss it, and I'm here now in Helsinki from New York, and a lot of people traveled here, Richie Scarlett and everything. You give a round for everybody that traveled here to see everybody. And it's good to see old friends and new friends. Right? Yeah. And make sure you have a glass in your hands, because we're going to do a couple of cheers here for people that we love and aren't here anymore, and that gave so much to rock and roll. So go ahead, you got questions?
Yeah, well, obviously, lots of us here are like huge Kiss fans. So obviously, I need to ask you something about Ace. So you were buddies back in the days. It was like 80s, 90s, maybe, or 90s. Late 80s and into 90s, yeah. And yeah, the first time that I got to know your name was the first Kiss and Tell book. Yeah, and to this day, it's really honest. That's what I feel. So one thing that I have this question for you, even though it's really straightforward and honest book, did you delete anything that was maybe too much, and now you can tell us?
I absolutely did. I absolutely did keep from telling stories. Now, when the book first came out, I don't know how many people have read Kiss and Tell, that book. Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate it. And for people outside of New York, when they read it, they were like, oh my God, this guy is saying a lot of shit. But in New York, we're tough people, and we are brutally honest with each other. And that's how I wrote the book. So it's a little, how can I say in English, but say it in Finnish, abrasive. I don't know if you know the word. Rough for people to read, But in New York, all the people that knew Ace personally, it wasn't rough. It was a good, fun, honest story. I kind of regret how I wrote the book in hindsight, because I should have wrote it in a more understanding fan perspective. But we were best friends to the point I hate to say this here, I was never really a Kiss fan, I'm sorry. But I mean, I love the music. I appreciate it more now than ever. But back then, I was a progressive rock keyboard player. I was into Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Yes, Genesis, things like that. And when I became friends with Ace. So I wasn't a fan of Ace. We were just pals, like you and I are pals, so to speak. Yeah. So when people did read the book, it got we have 2 mics? That's great. That's fantastic. Yeah. So when I wrote the book, I got a lot of hell for it. But now that you've read all the other books that followed, you kind of go, oh my God, it all makes sense now. Now Ace wrote his own book, Peter Criss wrote his own book, right? They all had fun with that.
Yeah, and of course it's always like it's kind of like how you felt it, how you that was your perspective,
Yeah.
And of course you were the other one. The Bob was also working.
Yeah, Bob McAdams.
Yeah, and you did that together, the first book.
Yeah, and the guy that wrote it with me, Bobby McAdams, he's in Florida right now. And that's another, now I'm going to raise a glass to people, because we've lost a lot of people. And the last time I was here, I gotta get a little emotional. I'm sorry. I'm a very emotional guy, believe it or not. And I was here with John Regan, and John was a really good friend of mine. I'm working with Ace. John would always take care of me monetarily and make sure I got paid when doing the studio work and this and that. So let's raise a glass to John. I miss him, you know, and a little tribute to John Regan, all right? And we've lost others. So, and Bobby McGavin, the point was, Bobby McGavin is one of the last guys outside of the Kiss band that's around still. We lost John Hart, you know, the roadie. We lost Bill O'Coin. I mean, I was friends with all these guys, and we lost them all. So, but let's appreciate life and celebrate life. And we're here now, and I really appreciate being here in Finland. Let's give a hand to Richie Scarlett, because I mean, he traveled a far way with Tony, and the best thing you could do. The best thing you could do for the people that travel here, not just me, for Richie, is go over to his table and buy something from him. I'm serious here. Because, you know, you don't have to pay for shipping, and then take the opportunity that we're here now and we can sign something for you and you have something memorable that we're here now and celebrating life, and then, because we don't know how long we'll be here. So let's have a good time here, all right? So yeah, say thanks to Richie and buy a picture. Take, you know, he's a great guy. I've been friends with Richie for long before Ace. I mean, I used to go see Richie in New York, play in the clubs in Mayapack, New York. So and it's great to see him here with me, and I appreciate it.